Hey guys, welcome. Kristen, I'll be doing my risk presentation over the Cosmic Athletic Center, which goes by just the Cosmic Center alone. Um, so for the site visit, the owner was Amy Green, and she is the person who was giving me the tour. I visited this site on March 10th of 2020. So for the risk management plan, they do have one, and it goes through Sadler Sports. Sadler Sports deals with sports and recreational insurance for local and smaller companies. And this plan is reviewed every year in March by Amy Green herself. She meets up with Sadler, reviews it, make sure everything's set in stone and perfect, or at least as perfect as possible. The Cosmic Center is a 12,000-foot facility, and it's located in Olive Hill. This provides opportunities for not just kids, but also adults to participate in tumble, cheer, and indoor sports as well. These indoor sports can include soccer, basketball. They have some Zumba classes as well. And it caters to kids as young as 18 months. And the limit with the age, there isn't really one. When I asked her, she said the oldest they had was, I think, 52. But she said there was no limit as to what age they would stop giving people these opportunities to participate. They also host birthday parties. And these parties can be up to 75 people. I know when I visited in March, they had one a few days prior. And it had, I think, 57 people. 50 of those were kids, so there were only 7 adults. So you could see how that would be hectic and chaotic for her and her staff to control at times. Moving on to the outside, the building sits up on a hill right off the main road. It's about 50 yards from the main road, and there's no fencing between the road and this parking lot. So the hill is about this steep. So if a kid were to fall down that of any way, in any, just running away from their cars, away from their parents, that would be a serious problem. The building is surrounded by a gravel lot, making it a little difficult for kids or adults in wheelchairs to navigate the parking lot. And it does have a sidewalk that is lifted about 3 inches off that off the gravel, and that sidewalk leads to the main doors. There's about 30 parking spots in this parking lot, 3 of which were handicapped. Those were located right beside the sidewalk, and the lines, they weren't really visible when I was there. I don't know if she has repainted them at all or not, but they were very not visible, probably due to the sun having them fade as well as the rain washing the paint away. So moving on to the inside, the tumble and shear section. The entire facility contains a concrete floor, and on top of that concrete floor in this area, there is a floor. The floor has a springed mat. This mat's about 4 or 5 inches thick, and they also have a 20-yard long trampoline. I asked her about the liabilities for this trampoline, and she said that anyone who wanted to jump on or use this trampoline had to sign a waiver releasing the liability. That's just for her protection and the Cosmic Center's protection as well, so they cannot be sued over this. The side of the gym is cut off by a mesh net that goes about 40 yards. And it also is cut off by the table. This table is where she and her staff sit right next to the main door. In this area, you can see a lot of boxes and mats up against the wall. They don't really have any ancillary spaces to put these, so they try and put them up against the wall to where they are somewhat out of the way, and they can be monitored from the table as well. The opposite side of this center, this is for indoor sports and activities. These sports, like I said, they include soccer or futsal, which is indoor soccer, basketball, Zumba, yoga, They also have mommy and me activities. The basketball it's not quite regulation for a college court, but it is 90 feet long and contains two goals on the end, each end. These goals are not they're not built into the ground. They have wheels and they are rollaways so that they can be moved at any time. They are weighted down, however, with sand inside of them so that they cannot easily be knocked over. On this slide, you can also see a red mat spanning the entire length of the basketball court. These mats are rolled away and back onto the court for specific activities. The specific activity in the top picture of the slide, I cannot remember what it's called, but they had sticks and they were clapping and dancing. So if anyone knows what that was, put it in the discussion board so I can remember. But these mats are also rolled away to the wall furthest from where I was standing when I took this picture. In the bottom picture, you can also see the table and the mesh netting that separates each side of the floor. Onto the party room. The party room, as you walk in, is located on your left-hand side. And as I previously stated, it can hold up to 75 people, and they do these on weekends. The area seats 40 and provides seating for parents throughout the week. And on the far left-hand side, I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but there's a little window. And with these chairs facing the window, you can look into the tumble and cheer section and watch your kids participate. Also to the left is a little storage area. It's more like a bookshelf, but that's where they had kept a bunch of footballs, soccer balls, basketballs, as well as some snacks for the kids. And lastly, the restrooms. The restrooms are located on one end of the basketball court, and that would be the side nearest to the entrance. And they have this metal door right here. It separates the gym from the restrooms. There's also a water fountain in between both restrooms. The restrooms are one person. The men's has a urinal and an actual toilet, whereas the women's just has a toilet. But they are handicapped accessible inside the restrooms. They have the little handrails for those in wheelchairs or those who have trouble sitting up and sitting down. This wall right here is going to be, she's going to put some drywall over it to cover this up. But when I was there, they were also doing construction on another business right next to the Cosmic Center in the same building. This center was going to be kind of a therapy place for kids with special needs, and they were going to utilize the Cosmic Center's gym space, if you would call it that, when the Cosmic Center is not using it. This new place was going to be using the same risk management plan as the Cosmic Center and was going to be paying some rent on the building as well. I think that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the discussion board, and feel free to ask me anything so I can get these points.